Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we will speak about one of the very important topic even before you decide a house construction. Today we will speak about buying a land. What are the factors you should consider before you buying a land, how you should buy a land, and what are the things you should take care. So our today's video is divided into three broad aspects.
So the first is before buying a land, what points you should consider, and second is where can you buy a land, how can you buy a land, and the third is the points you have to consider before you really do a sign off for your vertrag or your contracts.
Yeah, and how to read a Bebauungsplan, or which is also called development plan.
Right.
So point one, before buying a land. First and foremost thing is Bedarfsanalyse, which is also called your need. So you should be very clear what actually do you want. Do you want a Stadtvilla, or do you want a Doppelhaus, or do you want zwei geschossene
Bungalow
house,
oder so.
or bungalow,
Yeah.
or what do you want? This you should be clear about. Second
Second is you have to be very careful about the infrastructure. So wherever you would like to take a land, is it a town or a city which is having a market, supermarket, schools, or doctor facilities around or not? So
schools,
just
kitas.
yeah, or maybe some sports activities like swimming pools or other areas.
Exactly.
Then the third point is to look for is a location. If it's a hilly area, it's a flat land, or it's near to the city, or it's
Or
very
it
far
should
away.
it should be close to your work location so that
Right.
you don't have to
Travel
travel
a-
30-40 kilometers per day.
Yeah.
And you should also take care whether it is close to the water bodies, because if it is close to
Right.
water bodies, then probably you may have to give out extra money if you are building a keller house,
Yeah. Right.
or you have to take extra precautions to protect your house against certain water bodies.
Correct.
The fourth point would be cost analysis. So before you even start, you should know how much do you want to spend for the land and how much do you want to spend for the house. So this could be quite tricky. So based on your income level, you can go to a bank and you can check what is the maximum loan you can have. You can check also how much eigencapital or how much money do you have in bank. Initial money
Yeah.
do you have in bank that you could invest. That's what the bank, based on
Correct.
your income and your daily expenditure, they will tell you how much loan they can give it to you.
Right.
Don't go to one bank. I would recommend at least visit 2 to 3 banks to have an idea as to what amount can you really
Right.
take. Then point number 2, where can you buy a land and where you should begin.
Right. So normally, like whenever we started searching, our first point was to look in the advertisement of the bank, because outside of every bank there is a advertisement portal where you can see, okay, this is a Grundstück and this is how much big it is, and at this location, and so on. So such information you can get it in every bank Immobilienportal.
Especially.
Yeah. And also be very careful the size of the land which you're looking for. So for us, with our experience, we experienced that the land for one family should be at least more than 350 or 400 meters square.
Yeah, I would say above 400.
Yeah,
400
right.
to 500 should be okay. I mean, of course, people here, they go for 600, 700, 800.
Big lands, yeah.
But I think 500 should also be okay.
Yes, correct.
Then you should also check. You can also check privately through your contact if there is anything available, or you can check with your
Right.
neighbors.
In your office, you can ask your colleagues if they know something in their areas which is available as an open land where you can build a house. And
the other possibility could be through your private contacts. You can check with them if they know anybody who is selling the land.
Yeah, your colleagues from
Your
your
colleagues
office
from your office,
can tell you about
or your
if
neighbors in case if they know anybody. So use your private contacts.
or a
basically.
newspaper also. There are sometimes you get a section which is only for properties, and then you get to know which property is available nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last, you can also check in Gemeinde, which is called local municipality corporation. You can go there, you can ask whether there is any Neubaugebiet coming up, or is there any land which is available for sale. So just keep your eyes and ears open here and there, and I'm sure you will be able to find a good one.
Yes. If you're searching, then definitely you just talk to everybody or near to you, and you will find one.
Yes. The third point is points to consider while buying a land, and how to read a Bebauungsplan, or which is also called a development plan. So this is divided into two categories. The first one is you should, once you have decided or you have narrowed down 2 or 3 lands, try to visit that land in different time of the day and see where is the sunrise, where is the sunset,
the location of the sun on your plot, how it is, where it is coming, and where it is
where there is maximum sunshine,
right.
where there is a shadow because of nearby house.
You're right, the shadow from the nearby house is also impacting sun locations.
Yeah.
Right.
And while visiting your land, if possible, try to speak to your neighbors if there is anybody. This will give you a lot of information. Check if there is any noise pollutions,
right,
any vehicles or any cars meter in and around.
So the overall is like just get to know about the area before you really do any finalization on your contracts or your deal. Before you close the deal, just get to know about the area.
Exactly. The second part is Boden quality proofing. So how is the Boden? How is the land? So if there is any neighbors nearby, you can speak to them.
The soil in your land.
Exactly,
right?
Because if the soil quality is very bad, or if it is loaded with lot of toxic chemicals, then you might need a lot of money to dispose them off. So speak to your neighbors who have earlier constructed it, then you have a feeling whether it will be costly or it will not be costly. Then the next point is look for ground marking. In German it is called Grundstück.
Yeah.
Look where it is marked. This will give you an idea how exactly is the boundary of your
or
land.
if possible, whenever you buy a land from whomever you are buying, either it's a bank or it's a private person, ask them to make a boundary with these grenze points.
Or a makler, somebody through which a third party through which you are buying a land, ask him to
get it done before you really make a deal. Because otherwise, if you make it later, it will cost you money with the farmer and other agencies.
Not farmer, with start, I think you have to.
Yeah, but it will end up you investing again 1,000 or 2,000 euros to really only get the marking of the land. So
even more than that, it is around 3,000 to 4,000. Check whether your it's in German. It is called Grundstück erschlossen, bedeutet, meaning whether you have water, gas and Strom connection. If not, it will cost you another 4,000 to 5,000 euros. So check whether it is an erschlossene land. Then what you should also take care is about Grundbuch. In Grundbuch you can know what are the boundary conditions of the house, whether there is any private weg or private road which is leading to the nearby neighbors. So these things you should check in Grundbuch. Now coming to the last point, what is called Bebauungsplan. So last but not the least, look for a Bebauungsplan. So Bebauungsplan is actually the layout of the land, and most important thing in a Bebauungsplan is a marking something like this. Yeah, something like this. You see something with a circle. So what does this Bebauungsplan speak? So this actually gives you an idea about what kind of house you can build there.
How high should be the height of the house? Whether you are allowed to build two
Two
gishas?
full gishas,
Two,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And
two
how much
full
should be the
gishas and
temple?
one half
Yeah.
gishas.
Mm-hmm.
What should be the angle of your
Dark, yeah.
It basically gives you a lot of information. Whether you have an opening bow wise means you can build any type of house you want to, or you are only allowed to build specific type of houses.
Right.
So look for this before you decide to go ahead
Sign
with-
off for
go
your
ahead
lands.
with the land.
Yes, better to understand earlier rather than ending up in some different kind of house conditions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, so I hope that this would have given you some idea about what you should take care before you finalize a land. And we would always recommend that you should have enough time.
Yes,
Don't be
right.
in a hurry.
Yeah.
Look for one or two land, or if possible third land. Speak to as many people as possible,
Right.
and
Just gather information before you really go and sign the deal for the land.
Yes, because this will be one of the important deciding factor
Right.
for constructing a house.
Okay.
That's
So that's all from our side.
That's all from our
wish you
side.
good luck to
Wish you
find
good
your
luck.
land. And
And
see you in the next videos.
yeah,
Ciao.
ciao, bye bye.